Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk Maori. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about um, Wellington's struggle, right, and why Wellington, New Zealand, is not as good as it used to be. Is Wellington an expensive drain hole? Let's find out. Jury's out. Once the coast capital, Wellington's fast becoming expensive and constipated drain hole that can't get moving. This says the architect and urban designer Angela Foster before twisting lives even further. Wellington is dying. Foster is not alone, even it says lost its way somewhere along the way. So, Wellington is it an expensive shithole? To be honest, I can say it now in 30 seconds. Yes. Yes, it is. We'll get down here. In January, former Ohariu MP Peter Dunne wrote, a succession of divided and parallel cities councils left Wellington languishing and uncertain, trying to claim the big city status like Auckland and Christchurch, but without any legal evidence to support the claim. The central city, he said, is crying out for revitalization. Wellington's languishing and uncertain wrote former Ohariu MP Peter Dunne. The sentiment is echoed by many, by the businesses, owners, retailers, developers, or locals on social media. So, what will tell you that I love Wellington, its harbour and its hills, its condensed CBD footprint. Still, the sense is that successful councils has failed to deliver on repeated promises and policies to do for what the community wants for the city. City's own 2022 pre-election report highlighted the growing dissatisfaction with the drop in number of residents being Wellington's a good place to live, work and play. It's bloody expensive for a shitbox. That's part of the problem. Yeah, it was 91%, right, in 2020, 76% in 2021. That's a drop of what, 14, 15% in a year. So the Pontic promise launched in March 21 to address city concerns in digital vibrant civil Wellington aims to make the city more vibrant, welcome place to be. More than a shitbox, what it is really. Our recent 2-year Nelson Quality Life studies highlighted that city safety remains a top priority, with over half of them feeling unsafe in 2022 compared to a third in 2020. Being rough sleeping are also viewed as issues for the city at over 8%, respectively. The architect Foster has worked both in Wellington and Melbourne, where she said an urban design strategy put in place in the 1980s had led to a flourishing modern, well-thought-out city. From one of the people, right? From Brixhaven, move over to Melbourne, she says. Wellington has a foodie street that may be the world's tastiest laneway. She believes a lack of investment over the last years is crippling Wellington with buildings and infrastructure fast becoming unviable to repair. Which we all know, right? Auckland gets the money. Wellington doesn't get the money. Why would you need Wellington? Wellington hasn't got many people. Even for goodness sake, where I live in Northland, New Zealand, we don't get no money. We still have people living up here, but what they do, they just patch potholes with pothole mix, like with hot mix. What's it do? 3 days later, it's gone. And let's go and fill up again. And it's frustrating. You know, it's frustrating for people to live their life in one place. The only place worse than Wellington at the moment is my hometown, Whangarei. We'll get to that in another video. Going back to Wellington, our failing water system and sewage are the butt of jokes, and city decision makers seem determined to roll out temporary solutions for transport and streetscape upgrades. The number of new CBD buildings is well below the national standard. Welcome to Whangarei is even worse. Predictions vary, but as we wise by 2025, Wellington population is predicted to grow by 50,000 to 80,000 people within the NC population forecast to double in the next few years. However, basics such as food, housing, and rent, both private and commercial, increasingly and fundamentally popular immigration growth is falling and they're leaving Wellington because it's bloody expensive. This has seen a desperate shortage of hospitality workers and an exodus of young people to cities such as Christchurch for low cost of living and more to offer, which, if I was you, why would you want to live in Wellington? $1 million for a house that's literally falling down. I can buy a house in Auckland for that price. Like $1.5 million? What's an extra 200K for a house that doesn't want to fall down? Honestly. 50 years' time, who can afford Wellington? We have some of the most unaffordable housing in the whole world. We're like I think it's four of our cities are on the top 25 list of unaffordable places to live. I think it's Auckland, Wellington, Queenstown, and there was, I think, one place else. I'm like, no wonder we can't afford it. So, concern and the drop of student numbers has led to Heranga Waka University of Wellington to launch a $1,000 Prezi scheme card scheme, encouraging students to live in the hall's residence to remain a friend. Is that really you're offering money to get people into debt in a place where they can't afford to live? They can't. What's $1,000, bro? That's gone like a week, 2 weeks, max. Gone. Yeah, the dire state of Wellington's crumbling pipes has been well traversed, yeah. Council sees a long-term plan of the next 2 to 3 years, committed to spending more than $2 billion over the next 10 years to fix the water network's capacity and quality issues. That's a lack of design culture and willingness to put design first has limited Wellington to ambitious and ambitions and resulted in stagnation of city environment. By contrast, Melbourne has embraced city growth and engaged in urban revitalisation since the 1990s. Yeah, like Foster, retailer Paul Grove has a list as well. His wife and Julie, he and his wife Julia, about the close friends, which has been part of London fabric for the last 75 years, 36 years. Gov reckons the city's lost its sparkle. I've seen the great deterioration of the city of Wellington over the last 10 years. The town's not the same, and that's Grub being polite. Anyway, an eternal tourist must do. It was once the haunt of the film's world's movers and shakers as social trends again, says Joe Caldwell and Chris Brown, director of Sputnik PR. But in the 2006, 8 tribes in New Zealand, home to the avant-garde tribe, became its society where the trends are made. Today, not so much. As with the party promise, Eyes on Wellington was a joint effort by the retail group and the city and the institution to stand by open antisocial behaviour. And there's like boarded up building Cuba Street, then investment, yeah. Someone's closed military closed the Cuba Street Mall, made them fancy pants last month after 16 years in the city. After burnout, and being very expensive. She's always been an advocate for Wellington, a real cheerleader of the city, but part of her feels like her voice is not being heard. And Plum Caf in Cuba's Mall, they've been closed for the future. It joins long-standing in Tulsi Laundry Bar, Ruffalo Records, and further north of Lambton Cray, and shoes was the president since the 1800s. That shows you a tarnished golden mile. Lambton Cray, along with Courtney Place, Manor Street, and Willow Street make up the city's golden mile. Our prime employment, shopping, and change destination. There was a plan to Roswell for years, but in the end, they only identified stuff. They spent over almost $500,000. So anyway, in the end, Wellington, be quite fair with you. You haven't worked it for years. Like you literally getting students sick. Have you seen the videos online? Like you've been getting students sick, and they're paying like more than they're paying here. And this is terrible. They're paying like $250 a week live in a house, live in a bedroom like this. And like this is good. You can get like, but I get for like what, for $300 a month. I get a bedroom and a toilet and a walk-in wardrobe. Like this is great. I love this. But in Wellington, you can't get that. You get like a house that's falling down, mold in the ceiling, door windows that are closed properly, and yeah. So Wellington, you're not my friend. In the end, I, I, I don't find you affordable. I don't think on lived anytime soon. I'd rather move to Auckland. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching Token Melody. This is me ranting about Wellington. If you have an idea for the next video, put it down in the thing below. If yeah, I've been watching my video about Christopher Luxon blow up a bit. This lady, and see if you want me to respond to her in a video, comment down below. Yeah, then maybe tomorrow's video. So yeah, if you didn't get to that, thank you. Goodbye.